And welcome back to White Claw Wednesday, episode number 76.
76.
We're back in person here.
Let's get these
Cracked open. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan's blessing me with the Variety Pack 3.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is perfect. You got a strawberry, I got a pineapple going.
Wow. I never thought this flavor would touch my lips, but here it is.
Immediate thoughts.
Immediate thoughts is I'm a little upset with the
design.
With the design.
Frank's big on design.
I'm big on the
You're
design.
definitely big on design.
Yeah, because I was expecting a stronger red, like almost like the color of Satan. Almost like imagine like Satan from South Park, Scarlet Red,
yeah.
exactly, like Scarlet Witch kind of thing. And then I was expecting a nice dark green here.
Oh,
just for the little leaves on top of the strawberry.
Yeah.
Now I know they already had the red and green thing going with the watermelon, but I think it would have been better to sort of twin up with watermelon, because what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing ruby grapefruit. I'm looking at it and it's just shouting ruby grapefruit, and it's kind of doing this sort of playing a trick on my mind where like I'm going to sip it and it's like, wait, that's not ruby grapefruit, but it's good. It tastes like strawberries.
Well, it's a light pink. It's like a light pink accent on the bottom.
Yeah, it
which,
is.
Like, you think strawberry, it doesn't make sense at all, right?
There's no pink in strawberry.
If anything, there's black little seeds on the outside, right?
Now imagine that. Imagine if they would have had the dark red with little black dots in it.
That would be sick, actually.
Man.
All right. How do you think of this one, dude?
Now the pineapple is my favorite design.
You really like the pineapple design.
I love I love what they did, because it immediately, I'm thinking tropical when I look at it.
Okay, that's true.
I see the gold and the green. The gold and the green is nice.
I'm not feeling this.
You're not feeling the gold?
Yellow here. This is not hitting me right now.
Is it too much gold for you?
It's a little too it's a little too dark, I think.
Yeah.
It's not a bright gold. It's like a darker gold. But hey, it tastes fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited to try that.
You know what's crazy about us, having these conversations? People are probably like, "Oh my God, they're so stupid." But I guarantee that the marketing people at White Claw have the exact conversations that we're having right now. Oh yeah,
no doubt. Which is what makes.
What a cool job.
Yeah, which is what makes bad marketing so disappointing. When you feel like, because I feel everybody's got good marketing ideas, because everybody is a person and marketing is about selling to people. So
yeah.
Whenever you see a commercial, you probably have thoughts of, wow, I know how to do that better. Like a prime example is like Sonic. Sonic had, I thought, a great funny thing going with those two dudes.
Yeah.
They were both dumb, but one was like extremely dumb, like, unbelievably fictionally dumb, and then the other one was just kind of stupid, and they would just sort of have these funny conversations about whatever was at Sonic, and it would always give me a chuckle. Now, I will say, when these commercials were on air, I went to Sonic a grand total of one time, but they switched their commercials, and they're doing the whole very trendy marketing ploy is the whole, these are real people telling you how much they love the product.
I don't like that. That doesn't, I get it, but
like a commercial is just like a music video. Anything when you're hitting record and you're working, like, these are people who are getting paid to sell this product. So you trying to act like you just went to your local Sonic and hit record on two schmucks in the drive-thru talking about what they're getting, like, it's the worst. Now that would be cool. Like if they they actually like just went up to like two random people and you could tell they're random, because you're like, these aren't actors, and then they say something like, man, at 2 a.m. when I'm high as fuck, I come to Sonic and I get the chili cheese hot dog, and it's so good. Like if I had that would be hilarious. That'd be funny. You tune out the cuss words, you put bleeps.
So they're doing fake. They're doing fake real people.
They're doing fake real people. Yeah.
That's the worst. I hate that.
And AT&T,
that makes me not trust
Verizon is big on that too. They are. The people just standing there and they're like,
Internet Spectrum does that.
Spectrum does the same thing.
It's the worst.
And
it's like so staged.
Made it kind of popular was Chevy. Chevy
They did the car thing.
They made it a thing. They started the trend of real people selling, like fake real people selling things. Yeah. Where they would have the focus.
They'd have a group of people.
The group of people looking at the car and being like, wow, this reminds me of a Range Rover.
Yeah.
It's a Chevy? Like this, what?
And then they would have it's like the intro and he's telling them all about it, and then they open this like huge garage
Yeah,
door and they're like, whoa. I love there's a spoof online about that, and it's some guy that's just he's terribly edited in too. It's not even legit.
And he does the Boston accent.
Yeah,
dude, I love that guy's channel. He's so
and
funny.
He's commenting on things that are like on the text on the screen.
Yeah.
And he's like, not pictured like 16. It's like 1600,000 is base model, and then this one's like 18,000. He's like, which one is it? Is it 16 or 18? Come on, what are you doing to me?
Dude, I'm happy you've watched that guy's videos because he cracks me up, and he kind of, I'll give him credit for making me realize how dumb the whole ad campaign was.
Well,
he does
so
it,
bad.
And Burger King does the same thing.
Yeah,
where they're like they bite into an Impossible Whopper. And they're like, this tastes like 5-star like high dining, and then they take off the blindfold and they're like, oh my god, Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's just, man.
It's the worst. It makes me not want to go there. Like, just give me a real person, or don't try and fake it.
And I love the YouTube comedian we're talking about even more with the Burger King ones, because like he'll take like a bite of the burger and he takes off his blindfold and he's like, no wonder this tastes like shit. I'm in a fucking Burger King.
Yeah, his impersonation of the Chevy one is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And the way he like kind of it's both a crappy editing job of him like into the frame, but it's also kind of good. Like it's like, wow, this is as shitty as it is. It's like it's working for me.
Well, he cuts it to where it like fits. It
feels like they're talking to him.
Four people are like they'll say something and then it'll cut to him and it's like it's his turn to say. And it's just so smooth. The editing is so smooth.
It's like, I think this truck is really really fucking.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or the JD. I love how he says JD Power. That's a made up award. Like they just give that to themselves every year.
Oh man, dude, have you seen the new Chevy Bolt EUV? I sent it. No, I didn't send it.
You did.
But I texted you guys.
You texted like you didn't send a picture, but you sent like a.
I said check it out. I think.
Yeah, it was like check it out for.
God.
Is it money?
It's money, dude. They're gonna make major upgrade on the Bolt.
See,
sure.
I have mine's a 2017 Bolt.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was the first model. I think that was the first.
I think it was because before they had the Volt.
Yeah,
right?
they just
had
had the
more
Volt.
Of a sedan. It was a really compact sedan too.
It was really compact sedan, but not only that, but it was only a 40-mile battery with the gas tank.
That was a hybrid?
Yeah, the Volt, the VOLT. Because
I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
so that first came out, and it was just a 40-mile battery, and you would run the 40-mile battery all the way down to 0. Mm-hmm. And then the gas would come on. So it was never like gas and battery at the same time, more fuel efficiency. It was like I only have to drive 5 miles for work, so I never have to fill up on gas.
Right.
And I like that model, just because of the whole road trip side of it. You could still do a road trip without worrying how to charge.
That's actually really good. I mean, if you could have a Tesla with like a backup range of cool 200 miles of gas or something like that, that would be epic. But
imagine like a backup battery. Like if they were able to design the battery to where they could slim it down, make it lighter, and then if they could put 2 batteries in one car.
Well,
so that way it's like one runs out and the other one starts going.
You know what they do?
It's probably extremely hard to do that.
Is literally the entirety of the underside of the car
is the battery.
Yeah. So it's like, if you're, I don't know, you go over a bump or something like that and you scrape the bottom of your car, you're scraping your battery basically is how I'm trying to describe it.
Yeah.
And if you look at like the designs of Tesla and all these electric cars, it's pretty much from wheel to wheel. That entire thing is your battery. It's huge.
So it's really that's what's funny about my idea. Like I feel like if I pitched what I just said to Elon Musk, you'd be like,
we'd get slapped.
Yeah, like we can't do that, bro.
Well, first of all,
like you realize like that's basically we'd have to make 2 cars into one.
Yeah, well,
the way you're describing it.
They'd have to put a
motor.
2
vehicles all. You double stack a vehicle.
They'd have to put a gas motor in and an electric motor in, right? If you wanted the gas and motor.
Yeah. But what you're saying is that the whole bottom is a battery.
Well, that's how they do it. Yeah.
But so imagine like a double hamburger,
Yeah.
Like you can't. There's not room for another patty on the side of the first patty. You have to like stack it on top. So if there's not room for another battery, can we just put 2 cars on top of each other and make it one?
Dude, actually, I wonder if someone's done that. Like they've tricked out their Tesla, raised it, and put another
battery underneath it. I feel like that would have to take. You'd have to have like Elon Musk in the room with you, working with you, in order to do that. I'd be really impressed if someone did that on their own. Like bought 2 Teslas, like cut one in half and took the bottom and just like put it on the other.
I don't know. You should buy a completely new Tesla. But I wonder, I mean, that's actually probably something that people struggle with when they buy a Tesla is you can't just go to like a repair shop, you know?
Yeah.
You got to take it to the dealership, I'm assuming, or something like that, or some sort of verified, certified Tesla mechanic, and those are probably slim to none, you know?
Yeah, you'd have to take that into
You can't take it to like a...
No.
I don't know, AutoZone, right?
Yeah.
AutoZone's not. They don't do auto repair. But
that reminds me, though, of like I've had people ask me questions about the Bolt, like maintenance, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't really. Like,
have you ever taken it in, though?
No, I haven't taken it in.
Yeah,
because I'll get like oil change, like brake pads. I just get these different like normal car maintenance, like people who know about regular cars asking me these questions. I'm just like, oh, I'll deal it when I get there because I have no idea.
The Bolt charges using kinetic energy, right? I think that's the phrase. Like when can you turn on like a switch and your brakes will charge the battery?
Oh yeah. So that's what's cool is there's 2 modes on the Bolt. There's drive and there's low. Drive mode drives like a normal car.
Yeah.
You know, you press the gas. I mean, you press the go to get that you go, and then you gotta take your foot off the go, and then you still got your idle, because that's the thing with a normal engine car, you have the idle of the engine. So even if the car's on and you're not doing anything pedal wise, you're still moving.
Newer cars will actually shut off and then turn back on. But anyways, keep going.
But like so the drive motion, like the drive shifter in the Bolt makes it feel more like a normal gas car in terms of having to brake when you have, traffic.
But what does the low do?
The low is pretty much because I've done some test driving of electric cars too.
Oh,
and
nice.
From what I've experienced is that every single electric car except for the Bolt so far is always in low mode. So there isn't like a low or a drive in other electric cars. It's just drive, and the drive mode happens to be low mode because the way the electric car is designed is your foot has to be on the go pedal in order to be going. So as soon as your foot comes off the go pedal, that battery is recharging because it's not being used. So as soon as you take your foot off gas/go, whatever you want to call it, your car is braking. So if you drive in low with the Bolt, which I was a low hater because I was like, I want to feel like I'm driving a car, and Sam's trying to convince me, more battery.
It's much more efficient, right?
It's much more efficient, and I've started to drive an L all the time now, and I notice the efficiency like crazy, and also it just sort of fucks with you in your sense of you forget how to brake and drive a normal car in a way because you're used to being on low, and you're used to, if you're a good enough driver, which usually I can be, to where I can drive around and never touch the brake.
Yeah, because you can see in the
down the way. Gauge how much
I'm going to take my
down.
Foot off the gas right now, and it's like the car is braking for you, right? Because it's using the energy to charge the car.
And like with
it's incredible, man.
Yeah, and like with any braking system, the faster you're going, the longer it takes to brake.
Right.
So if you're cruising a residential at 10 miles an hour, as soon as you take your foot off the go, you're fucking slowing down like crazy. And then when you're going 80 on the freeway and you see way ahead of you, brake lights, you take your foot off the go, it's going to take a way longer time to get to the stop, which is why the whole good driving thing comes in of like, can I drive this whole trip without touching the brake? And it helps with things like tailgating. Like that's what's funny about electric cars. I really think electric cars, I don't even know if this was intentional, but the way they drive and the way they work, they make you a safe driver, like a safer driver. Like if you follow the rules of the speed limit and you don't drive like a tailgating dick, your mileage of your battery will expand in terms of how far you can go and how much you can get out of it. If you drive like a maniac and aggressive as fuck, you'll have 100 miles of battery and you'll only be able to go 65 miles because you're just fucking cranking that thing.
Right. I feel like it's kind of hard to tailgate, right? Because you get to a certain point and then you have to take your foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
In which case it slows down a lot.
Oh yeah.
But can you just lightly tap it and stay at a speed, right?
That's the other thing is you can just barely just have it. It's barely touching it because sometimes when you're on a hill,
dude, I can't wait to get an electric car, man.
Dude, I'm telling you,
so excited.
It's so awesome. When you're on a hill, you kind of have to gauge the fallback because when you're in low mode, there's no braking happening, but you're also stopping. So it's kind of like it's almost kind of being like in neutral or.
Dude, that's got to be so hard in San Francisco.
Exactly. So
you didn't have the Bolt in San Francisco?
No, I didn't. I didn't have any car in San Francisco. Yeah, so I didn't have the problem there. But you're right on the hills. If you hit a hill and you're stopping on a hill, what I suggest for any low driver out there is it just feels more comfortable to put your foot on the brake. Like you could have nothing. You could have no feet on either pedal and be stopped on a hill and low, but you're in this position where you're kind of cocked back. So you're sort of just like you're kind of like back, and then as soon as you hit the go, once the light turns green on the hill, you'll feel your car kind of lift up and sort of come forward a little bit. So there is the danger of if you got some asshole behind you, you have to watch for the fact that if you're driving in low and if you're not using the brake, there is going to be a little bit of fallback from when you stop on a hill. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
But the way to prevent that is just to use the brake. Because if you really want to feel like you're fucking not going anywhere on low,
well, you have to.
You have your foot on the brake. And also, you know what was interesting? I was stuck in some mean traffic on low a couple weeks ago coming back from the airport.
Yeah.
And Scott and I are just sitting in the car on low. Just sitting there, not moving. It's one of those traffic situations where behind you is just filling up, and you're just hearing honking.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just like doesn't understand. Like they don't know what's going on. So everyone's just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna honk." And what's interesting,
everyone's kind of veering to the left, trying to see if they can.
See what the hell. And then 5 minutes go by, and the car just parks itself.
The car does?
It just parked itself.
Wow.
And I was because we were just sitting there in low, and I had my feet pulled up, no foot on either pedal, and the car just parked itself after like 5 minutes of sitting there.
Check this out, all right? We went into depth on how electric cars work, but check that out, dude.
Oh, that's
how
the new Bolt.
Sick is that?
They added the EU.
Well, it's a.
Well, they added the U because mine just says Bolt EV.
Electric vehicle. Yeah. But that's electric utility vehicle. So that's bigger.
They made it bigger.
It's a lot bigger. Dude.
They made it, because mine is tiny.
It's like a crossover.
Yeah.
Like a Honda, what is it, CRX or something like that?
Yeah. 7 seconds, 0 to 60. Yeah.
Dude, it is sick. A major upgrade on the Bolt because honestly, the Bolt, in my opinion, it doesn't look that cool. You know, it's a cool car, but I don't dig it. It looks like it's like a Honda Fit style.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I think I agree with you, but it's hard for me not to love it. I just love it so much.
Oh my god, look at that profile, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice profile.
So clean.
I mean, it's similar to my profile. It's just smaller.
No, it's way bigger. The car's way bigger.
I mean, I meant my profile. The car, the first Bolt is smaller. Like it still has the similar body lines and cuts as the Bolt. It's just bigger and expanded, which I think speaks to your fact that like the Bolt isn't that cool because it kind of is that shrinky, Honda Fit sort of tiny vibe. But dude, for living at the beach in Redondo, I love the Bolt, man.
Oh, I mean, it's everything you need, right?
Like it's so easy to parallel park. Like
how do you charge it?
I have no experience parallel parking.
How do you charge it?
Parallel park. Oh, in the garage. The garage that is behind our apartment unit in Redondo has plugs inside of it. So I pay an extra $100 a month for rent in order to use the power because it's a whole separate power line. So the power of the garage is completely separate from the apartments. So I pay extra to use the power line in the garage to charge my car.
Got you.
Very worth it. Super easy. And
dude,
it's just a normal outlet. Like just plug it like a 3-prong normal outlet.
That's crazy to me.
It charges a whole car.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, it takes a long ass time, but it's still is what it is.
Yeah, dude. I might get it, man. I was really thinking about getting a Tesla, and actually we're thinking about getting Amanda one.
Yeah.
But, man.
Well, electric cars is definitely the way to go because...
well, especially if you're
in California.
You're just going to work and back or school and back. It's like you don't really... If you have access to a plug in your home, you don't need to get a gas car, have a gas car.
Chargers are getting super common.
Yeah, they are. They're not
being around.
Of course, they're not as common though.
Not even close to a gas station.
My brother sent me a video
Not the worst.
You know the Tesla supercharger stations on the 5?
Oh, yeah.
Literally, there was a line that was like half a mile long. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane?
Yeah, everyone's sitting there like, damn.
Like, God, I thought I never expected this, you know?
It's like, damn, I've been bragging to my friends for fucking 3 weeks, and now I'm sitting in this line watching these gas cars fly by.
It's give and take, though, you know?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like you can load up gas super quick, but you can only get gas at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that ease of use of being able to charge your car at home, but when you need to charge your car going up to 5, you're screwed, basically.
Yeah, and
you got to add a ton of more time.
Yeah, I've done some. I've stretched the limits of the 200-mile battery. Like earlier this year, I drove from Riverside to Hemet.
Yeah,
and then from Hemet to San Diego.
Okay, you're looking at,
and then from San Diego back to Riverside.
That's got to be what? 215, 220?
Yeah, guess what the range of the Bolt is?
200.
Yeah, and I did it.
Yeah,
because
that's nice.
I drove both ways, like the max speed I was going the whole time.
60?
65. And most of the time,
people probably hated you.
People hated me. People hated me. And people hated me at the end, because at the end, I was freaking out because my battery was getting so low and it was so late at night. And I'm just like, God, I can't. No. I'm not going to charge. And there was one point where, oh my God, I was driving like fucking 50 miles per hour on the freeway, far right slow lane.
Yeah.
And a goddamn
semi-truck
flashed his lights at me for going too slow. I was like, yep, you're right, buddy. My bad.
Yeah, you know, that's tough.
There is always that split second when you like lights are signaled at you on the road, where it's like, is that a cop? Oh no, okay, good. Just a semi-truck driver. We're good. Because I was low-key just imagining the scenario while driving extremely slow, trying to save energy, that a cop pulls me over and he's like,
that's reckless driving.
Yeah, he's like, you realize you're going 50 miles per hour? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm trying to get home on this battery. And he's either, at that point, he's either like, I fucking hate battery car drivers. Like, I'm writing you a ticket. Or he's like, yeah, dude, my wife drives one. I got you. See ya. And then it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But luckily, that didn't happen.
We got to get to the day where all police cars are battery. Oh, dude, speaking of, oh my God, I keep talking about electric vehicles. Have you seen, okay, first of all, 2 electric vehicle cars that are coming out that are gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Ford F-150.
Oh yeah, I've
coming out.
Electric truck.
Truck. It's gonna be sick. Also,
are they gonna have to put like a fake engine noise into it to get people to buy it?
Maybe. They might.
Oh, it's not loud. Fuck, I don't want it.
They might
I get the package with the freaking Hemi sound. Oh.
They might have to put like paint as well that like sprays out. For like smog.
Yeah, fake smog. Yeah, get like a smoke machine installed.
Yeah. God, that's terrible. Wow, what a stereotype, huh?
Yeah,
that's
I'm
crazy.
Sorry, truck drivers, but I'm assuming you like to drive trucks because they're loud and they're big and they're
hey,
scary.
hats off to the people that like trucks and they want it to go electric.
Yeah,
right?
That's
like mad respect.
That's pretty cool right there.
That's
living best of both worlds.
Yeah. Okay, and then I got to show you this one too. All right. It's a Mustang.
Oh yeah, I've heard
of this one. Mustang. Guess what it's called?
Mustang EV?
No. Mach-E.
Oh yeah, Mach-E. Yeah.
So cool, dude.
Okay, I saw one of those on the road.
Wait, they're out already? No.
Yeah, some of them are.
Oh my God, they are. 2021.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I saw one of those on the road, and I was not a fan of the back.
Dude, I think this is one of the coolest electric vehicles on the market right now. Look how sick that is.
The front is dope. I only saw the back though.
And it's like still a Mustang, you know? It's like you get that stature just from the name, which is just like crazy. It could be a really shitty car, but you know.
Yeah, it's funny, the photos make it look a lot better than it did in person, but check out that back. Check out the back and
what?
The back doesn't look good, right? Now it looks worse on the road because see how skinny the headlights are. I mean the rear lights.
Yeah.
Those things I saw one at night, and it was a white one, and I saw it from the back, and it just looked like like any
man.
run-of-the-mill random car that, like, you know when you see a car and you're just like, well, it's kind of ugly and boring, and you don't really know what the car is, but it's just sort of just, you still know it's not fancy.
Yeah.
That's what the back kind of screamed to me. Now, I didn't see the front, but the back was not looking good.
Well, the back is kind of ugly because it doesn't drop like I would like it to.
Yeah.
Like a classic Mustang, you know,
that drop.
It's pretty low to the ground, and it goes like
and it
straight
usually, it
up,
either has
and
like,
then it drops down.
Yeah, some have the slant.
Yeah.
And then others just have the drop.
Right.
It just depends on, what kind of model you're working with.
You can
what Mustang you're
imagine
working with.
like driving a Mustang and your back seats, like you can't reach over your back seats to the trunk. In this car, you can, which I don't know if I'm a fan of. Better utility though, for sure. All right, you opened yours before mine.
Dude, the pineapple. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry for all our pineapple lovers at home and listening, wherever you might be. I'm not even talking about just loving pineapple flavor White Claw. I'm just talking about loving pineapples. I love pineapples. I do. But I don't know. This flavor for me.
It's not hitting or what?
It's not working for me.
Dude, you know what I was going to say? Blackberry, I think, is the best out of this one.
What do you do?
I really think Blackberry is the best. Hence why I drank all of them before you got here.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I got it. Like here's the thing.
The previous episodes.
The pineapple is, it tastes like pineapple. It does. It tastes like a pineapple White Claw. But I don't know. It's just not translating for me. It's not working. I mean, yeah.
Strawberry is pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
It's a little light. I don't know.
It's almost kind of... Yeah, dude.
Man, you're really disappointed in that. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, that's the one thing
it's
I'll give it.
It's not a mango.
It tastes like... It does taste like pineapple.
Yeah,
it does. But I'm hitting the thing where I'm realizing pineapple doesn't translate for flavor and everything for me.
Yeah,
because,
well, it's hard to replicate, you know?
Because I don't hate pineapple on pizza.
Oh, I love pineapple
but
on pizza.
I can't do like a... Like if you know how I've been in situations where it's like, all right, Frank, we got food left, finish it, finish it up.
No fry left behind.
No fry left behind. Like, it'd be hard for me to no fry left behind a couple pineapple slices.
Really?
It would be. But I'm not gonna be the guy who's gonna be like, oh, you fucking crazy for liking pineapple on pizza. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I know what the sweetness does with the salty.
Yeah.
But just like with the White Claw here, something's not working for me because
no, I get you.
I love that pineapple in Hawaii. That was the best
pineapple I've ever had.
That was actually the greatest piece of fruit I've ever had. And I'm not. And this comes from
one step further.
I'm taking it one step further, and this comes from a guy who fucking loves fruit.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't like fruit? Well, actually, a lot of people.
A lot of people don't like fruit, but I love fruit.
Yeah.
I mean.
Nature's sugar.
Nature's candy, man. Nature's candy.
I mean,
the reason why I love strawberry is because it feels like what nature's candy should be. But, oh man, I gotta say, like, that's how you know that pineapple in Hawaii was special. Because as a fruit man, and it's so easy for me to instantly classify that as the greatest fruit I've ever had.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Pineapple, not even in my top 5 fruits. And it's the greatest fruit I've ever had. And that just goes to show you when you're in that whole island that you got that
But also, like,
it's so good.
It depends on where you're at too, you know.
Yeah, of course. Like Hawaiian pineapples, you can't beat it.
Hawaiian pineapples, mangoes.
Yeah,
I mean, they're completely different. They taste completely different.
And I will give, like, as much as I was hating on that shaved ice line for taking
it was fire,
fucking
right?
forever.
It was good.
I've never tasted shaved ice like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know shaved ice could taste like that. That's why I was so pissed in the line.
Yeah.
Because I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is taking this long for fucking ASO snacks? Like, serve this ASO feels. And then I take a bite of Sam's and I'm like, oh my God.
It's so good, dude. Well, the thing is, they shave the ice so fine that
it's almost like ice cream.
It's creamy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And you're at your ASO clinic, and it's like, it's basically
like a bunch of little ice rocks, like a mini ice cubes.
They're like a millimeter, squared.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But they gotta clean out those machines so often. They're just packing all that small ice in there. I bet it's like twice a day they have to clean it out. There's no way.
It reminds me, I just drew a comparison between beach sand
Beach sand. Okay.
Beach sand and shaved ice. Okay.
Okay.
Some beaches, when you step on the sand, it feels like all one thing. You know.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel, because sand is just a bunch of little individual rocks.
Right.
So there's some sandy beaches where you step on the sand and you feel like, obviously you don't feel every single individual rock, but you feel like, okay, I'm stepping on a bunch of mini rocks. But some beaches, the sand feels like clouds, like just like soft, like pillows, just
much more fine.
Everything's kind of just feels like one piece because it's so small that you can't make any definitions between it. So I kind of see that with the shaved ice, and that you got like your ASO fields, which is, you know, you're feeling every rock of the ice because it feels like you're just eating a bunch of little, you know, syrup covered.
It's actually disgusting.
It is.
Now that I think about it, like
it's disgusting.
We used to just, I mean, it literally just chunked ice, and we'd get a spoon, and then we just squirt syrup.
Just squirt. You want another pump of that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you want that flavor too? Okay.
Oh my god.
Fucking 20 flavors, getting every single one.
Oh my god. And then our lips would be freaking blue and
your tongue
red.
Is like,
Dude, ASO, man.
ASO is always a good time.
Always
a good time.
Did you ever go to the, I think there was like a carnival or some type of thing at the end of the season?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did that.
That was amazing.
I did that at least twice, and it was one of those things where like the first year I did it, they had that, I don't know if you remember the bungee jump ride.
Oh yeah.
Where you hook in and you're just jumping
it's
so
like
high.
You're on a trampoline and
you're bungeed in.
Yeah.
I remember first,
and you don't weigh enough, so the guy has to pull your leg down and just shoot you up.
And you go flying. And I remember the first time waiting in line for that and doing it, and I was like, oh my god, this ASO carnival, so much fun. I just I had so much fun. And then the next year, I remember, ASO carnival's coming back. I was like, fuck yeah. And then sometimes when you do something the second time, it's not as good. When it's something as simple as waiting in a line to be bungee jumped on a trampoline.
Yeah.
The second time kind of ruined it for me. I don't know if it was the bigger line, the bigger crowd, but it felt like the build-up wasn't the same, because I swear I had to do a line both years, obviously. Like, why would one year the carnival be popping and then the next, I mean, one year it's dead and then the next year's not?
Yeah.
I just think it was like me being a kid, me experiencing something for the first time, it being incredible, and then trying to recreate that energy the year later, and then being like, damn. Now I'm just kind of mad I'm standing in this line. And then by the time I got to the whole bungee thing, I was just like, oh, wow, that lasted fucking 1 minute. Damn.
That's crazy that you remember that so distinctly.
Oh, yeah. I remember having that. Like, that was
I don't remember anything like that.
That's kind of the first feeling I remember of losing. It's kind of sad when you put it like that. But, like, losing the joy of something because of aging. That's kind of my first first thought of that, just that idea of like growing out of something.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I can remember growing out of.
We were just talking about this before too.
Really?
I carried these two chairs up like, the stairs.
Yeah. Ryan's doing. He got one chair in each hand. And he's doing this thing. He got one chair in front of him, one chair behind him, and he's walking up the stairs.
They're big chairs, and I didn't want to hit the wall. Yeah. Is what I didn't want to.
And I see you doing that, and I came to help you because I sort of had that same thought. Of like, I saw you doing that, and I immediately thought of, I've been there. It's the, like I said, it's the, that's 5 grocery bags, probably like 2 or 3 trips. Nah, I got them on both arms. Like, it was that kind of energy where like I just see you, like I know you're capable of completing that move with the chairs.
Yeah.
But I kind of had that thought of like, all right, Ryan's only got so many of these chair lifts left in him.
That's what I'm saying.
What if I meet him halfway on this one and maybe
I get a half
later down the road,
in which
you collapse
in the staircase. Help! I got 2 chairs right here.
I just lost it.
My arms just break. Oh man. Yeah, basically, I mean, it's not quite the same of losing the fun, right? Yeah. Because
losing the ability, the skill to do it. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I think, not to like segue into the NBA playoffs or anything.
Hey, let's do it.
I just witnessed the Nets get eliminated by the Bucks. The dead giveaway from when we recorded this, but
I'm so
it was
happy
insane
for him.
because like I'm witnessing Kevin Durant score over 40 points in a Game 7, first time ever in NBA playoff history.
Hey.
And it comes down to the last shot. They're down by 2. And they were down by 2.
The Nets
are down by 2.
Okay.
The Nets were also down by 2 at the end of the fourth quarter with just seconds left. Kevin Durant spin around, fade away, foot on the 3-point line, end of the fourth quarter, 1 second left, ties the game.
Sick.
Go to overtime.
Sick.
Same exact situation in overtime. Nets down by 2, ball's in Kevin Durant's hand. He pretty much takes the exact same shot. And so much the exact same shot that his foot, just like the tying shot in the fourth quarter, his foot, his toe is just barely on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And it was a bummer for the fourth quarter tying shot because
they would have won.
Wow. And then with this game-winning shot that he airballs in overtime.
Yeah. He airballed it?
and this is what I'm saying is like losing the ability to do things. Because I know Kevin Durant's clutchness, and I know that he is getting older because I just witnessed him not go back-to-back on game winners. Like he nails one game winner, and then you go 5 minutes forward, you play the overtime period, and he's so gassed because he's pretty much been carrying the team the whole way that he doesn't even have the oomph to get it. Like it's on, you can see it's on target. It's just short. Like he just didn't have that last bit of English on his wrist to get it in the hoop. Yeah. And it was just that moment. I'm like, damn, like, man, we are just aging humans. You know, we are just like every day we get not to bum everybody out, but every day you can't cheat time. Every day we get a little bit less of what we were the day before, and
or a little bit better,
or a little bit better.
Cases.
Yeah. But when you're looking at when you're looking at first day, last day, summarizing the human life, we are
for sure
on the decline. And I saw that with this airball just because he's 32 years old, over 10 seasons in the NBA. He's played, I'm pretty sure, the entire game, and he just doesn't have the oomph to get the ball through the hoop with that last shot. And I think of the younger Kevin Durant, in the shots he made. And I don't know. I just see it. I just see a correlation with what we're talking about in the chairs. You know, it's just like you get to that point where it's like, I can't do that anymore. Kind of like with LeBron. You know, he's been the most durable superstar his whole career. He gets to his 18th season.
Father time.
All he does is roll an ankle.
Yeah.
And it throws him off the rest. It throws him off the rest of the year. So it's like,
it's true. Time is one thing that you can't fight. You know, I mean, there's a saying, something like, you're one day closer to death. It's something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so true. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't beat time. Time's it sucks. It's like you do something, and not even just with what we're talking about, but like, let's say you make a mistake and you just regret it so much. We've all made them, and I can think of 2 or 3 off the top of my head where I'm just like, I get no regrets, whatever, you learn from it, of course, for sure. But, in that moment, you're like, wow, I wish I could do that over, but you can't.
Oh, man.
You can't. No matter how much you hate yourself for it, you can't. You got to live with it. You got to move forward. And, time is also the healer in that situation too, but on the opposite spectrum, right? Like, you can't heal you by taking you back in time. Mm-hmm. Can heal you by, pushing you forward through time. Yeah. You learn from life, X, Y, Z, whatever, It sucks. It really does. But it's also beautiful, It's finite, like we've talked about. And you only got so much time. And that's why we do this every week.
Damn right, dude.
Drink claws.
Because I just like to think of, man, legacy. I use that word. I'm not even trying to say like what we're doing here is legacy, but man, you got to find something that you feel like, because everybody's going to die. So you got to find something. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's killing a whole freaking wasp nest. That's
actually a profession, so.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, like, you got to have, like, you want to try to do something that you feel like will still be there when you're dead.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a lot of pressure, but just think about it like this. When I was in Germany, and we went, I don't know if you did this, but it was a city we went to where you could go to the tallest point in Germany. You go up like this elevator that goes like 100 floors, something ridiculous.
Definitely didn't do that.
And you're at the it was when you had the choice. Didn't you guys get the choice where you went on that field trip where you either got to go to the BMW museum or the aquarium?
We went to the BMW museum.
Okay, well, I don't know if you did this. There was a pit stop that we did when we did that whole BMW aquarium.
Yeah.
Where we went to this whole, tallest building in Germany thing.
Maybe we did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we, go up this wild elevator, and it's a beautiful view where you're just looking over all of Germany.
Yeah.
And there's this fun little spot on the wall where everybody's like writing their names in, you know, like writing like forever, like, you know, like the Paris Love Bridge where the couples put the locks on.
The locks on, yeah.
This is what I'm saying, though, in terms of leaving a legacy. I'm not trying to put some freaking Kobe Bryant 5 championships or MJ 6 for 6 thing on you. What I'm trying to say is, like, there are the biggest and smallest ways to feel like when you're dead, you're not.
Absolutely.
And if the internet lives forever, if the internet continues after we have expired, then technically this is still there.
That's true.
Fingers crossed.
That's true.
So find something more physical than the internet, because I do think we will reach a point where it's like, okay, you know, everything is dust and blown up and on fire, and we're apocalyptic. Like the whole,
I mean, eventually.
So
I don't think we'll make it that far, though.
We won't make it that far.
No, I don't think the human race will make it that far.
Okay.
The human race will die.
You don't think so? You don't think we end up like kind of like, you know, like apocalypse movies where everyone's like walking around all wrapped up in the sand, blown around, everything's blown up and stuff, and there's like 20 people on Earth.
Yeah, I just don't think it's. I don't think it's like the sun, you know, dying out or something like that. You know how people say like, "Oh, the sun's gonna die out in 2 billion years." You know, like, we're long gone before.
I mean,
that.
if that happens, if the sun blows up or anything like that, we either
could be a meteor, man.
It could be that, but I
just not prepared for a meteor.
I don't think we're surviving the sun being gone or being blown up. Right? There's no way.
I mean, it's a long time from
now.
But yeah, absolutely.
But what I'm saying is like, hell, even
it could be like a solar flare though, something crazy.
But
that would totally wipe us out, dude.
But like legacy, like you can't even. God, how do you even like? It's tough. Like even legacies die. Like when we talk about this, like because there will be.
Because they're contributing to something bigger.
Yeah, but there will be a point where it's like, who's Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about in terms of
honestly, kids nowadays.
The apocalyptic setting is like we're like walking around and nothing matters except survival and food. And
where's this going, dude? Let's keep this going.
Well, I'm trying to think of a way to leave a legacy that survives the entirety of the human race. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Which is because I make this whole point. We got the White Claw, but the internet's going to go away at some point. The internet's going to be destroyed.
This is true.
YouTube's going to be gone forever, and we're going to be like trading fingers for toes. You know, because like I like to eat on the toes more than the fingers. You know, like we've become cannibals now.
Barter and trade with human body parts.
So what I'm trying to think, what could someone do to still be impactful in that moment?
Jeez, dude. I don't know. You got to make like, you know, what is it? The Eastern Islands with those stones that were like 20 feet deep, and they're like,
that's a good.
How did they get there?
Get here?
What did they do?
That's
and
actually
it's
a really
like
good one.
You just surprise everyone in the future so much that they're like, no, we're keeping this forever. You know?
Yeah, we're not getting rid. Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah.
You'd have to really blow the world's mind. You know, even if it's like
that'd be tough.
It's not that bad because. Well, listen, you can't do anything like that by yourself. You can't.
No. Like you think of like the pyramids. Pyramids is a good example.
The pyramids is a great example. They're like, how did they do that, right? They didn't have the machinery. They didn't have the equipment, the knowledge, whatever. I mean, they had slavery. They had slaves. But still, you can throw, 200 slaves under a rock. They can only get it so high.
True.
You know?
It's no matter the like sometimes you see something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is fucking impressive. and then
I do that like every day, dude. Once a day, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You get the background for what you're like, holy shit, that's impressive. And someone tells you like why it's there or how it came to be, and you're like, oh God, okay, well that kind of makes me a little uncomfortable.
You used to hear me say this all the time, but especially when I lived in San Francisco, because I would literally look down. I would look down at this city, and I would just see everyone bustling around and just cars moving here and there, and there's so many freaking people, and I'm just like, how do we feed everyone?
This is how we got to the podcast.
What?
Because we would ask these questions at Dolores.
Where does the food come from?
Yeah.
How do we feed everyone?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
I eat good every freaking day.
I eat 3 meals every day.
How?
How? Do nothing.
It's insane, man. It blows my mind to this day.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Where do these claws come from? I've had one of these at least a week.
Think about all the trash.
For 76 weeks.
Think about all the trash.
Yeah.
Think about how Think about
dude, I don't know.
Think about all the think about how long McDonald's has been open. Think about McDonald's used to do freaking styrofoam containers, man.
Oh Jesus.
Like
yeah.
Think of landfills, just like we're
I don't know.
We have this kind of, it almost feels like you have unlimited health, but you don't. like the Earth has unlimited health. It's like the health bar is like so fucking big that you're like, yeah, I can't kill this boss.
Yeah,
like that's kind of how every human that's like been born on Earth, when they realize that, or if they ever realize that Earth isn't something that lasts forever, like it's an organic, living thing in a way.
Right.
Once you get that realization, you're just kind of like, well, I can't really do anything to make it go longer, and I can't really do anything to make it go quicker, so fuck it, let's just ride it out. Like, I'm not going to be here when that health bar runs out. That's kind of what I feel is the general.
Well, it's becoming more so important now. Like, there definitely people are more in the know about it, and they actually care. Because before it was like, it's the next generation's problem, right?
Yep.
But it's slowly becoming our problem. You know, people got to contribute. But still, it's like.
And now that this generation
is
having kids,
you know,
we're bringing new life.
Yeah,
it's
like my cousin, dude. My cousin is in high school, you know, and she's like super into saving the planet and like a bunch of other stuff. But it's like a big deal for her, you know, and I completely support it. And that's like 5 years of a difference between me and her. And yeah, we're different generations, but like I'm at the lower end and she's at the upper end of her generation, you know. So things are definitely changing. It definitely things are changing. But
go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, the landfill problem. I mean, there's a lot of land. I don't know. To me, that's
food
what I
mean about the health bar. It's like, man, we're really freaking punching this Earth in the gut right now. Like we're just dumping like trash.
Yeah.
And like you said, I know that Earth is huge. We still got a lot of room to fill up. But you know what I used to like when I was learning about.
But like we're consumers, man. We consume.
We got to keep that. Like,
I want White Claw.
I want White Claws,
and it needs to be concealed. It needs to be compacted. How am I going to get this without something like this?
How am I going to get something without the aluminum that holds it together?
I mean, it sounds so ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, saying it out loud, like, but how are you going to convince the entirety of America, let alone the world, that we can't do this anymore? That's how you leave a legacy, man. You want to talk about leaving your mark. Convince everyone that they can't do what they're doing right now.
That's true.
It's like, it's a collective effort, everyone, you know? But how do you get rid of cans?
And also the landfill thing. Because I learned about
it.
I learned about landfills. Like I remember learning about it early. Like even though you said like we've got as we've gotten deeper into the 21st century, we've cared and been more concerned generally about the health of the Earth.
Yeah.
But I still remember learning about how that was important even when I was like in elementary school. And I remember having the thought, and this is another way back thought that I still have. Haven't lost it. It's really stupid. And you'll understand, like, okay, yeah, this is like an elementary kid thinking of this. But I remember, like, being told, like, yeah, the amount of trash that we have is a problem. Like, we dump them in these landfills, and we need to recycle, blah, 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 because we're going to run out of room.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, man, because I think, like, okay, when I throw my trash away, it goes away, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But apparently it doesn't. That's what I'm, like, that's like what I'm sitting there, like, fifth grade mind learning. Like, oh, my God, it doesn't. Like, I still have to worry about it. And I'm like, how does the world worry about it together? I'm like, oh my God, let's just build a giant cannon and just freaking start dumping trash down the barrel and just freaking launch it into space and just let space have our trash.
Not a bad idea.
This is
not a bad idea.
Immediately came to my mind.
But the volcano thing, man. The volcano. I love that idea.
What's the volcano idea?
Throw it into a volcano.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But actually,
holy hell, I didn't think of that.
What happens though is,
wouldn't all that trash like turn into like toxic stuff coming out of it?
Well, it for some reason the carbon, right? Everything like has a form of carbon. And
which is why my idea couldn't work. Because if we just started shooting shit into space, we would get like a trash ring floating around our planet, right? Which would not help our life on Earth, I assume.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it doesn't.
It wouldn't help.
There has to be something.
It would probably come back sometime.
Exactly. There has to be something that prevents that from being a good idea. Because it feels like right away, like, why aren't we doing that? Like, why don't we have just some freaking high-powered cannon just fucking launching shit into space to get rid of it? It's just maybe
it's not a good idea.
Do we even have the firepower to make some? Oh my god!
We could totally do that. But the thing is,
can we focus on how stupid I was right there by questioning that because we have fucking rockets?
But
that
is
go
it
into
worth
space?
it? You know, it's like how many rockets do we need?
I did just question whether or not we could shoot something up fast enough to get it past the atmosphere. So I did completely forget about rocket ships.
Braveheart.
Yeah, we can do that. We got fucking rockets, dude. God. Like, just like imagine just like a fucking rocket with just trash bags coming off of it, like
falling off.
Yeah, or like you're decorating your Christmas tree, like you're putting ornaments on it. Like you see a rocket going through space, and all its ornaments are just giant trash bags.
Christmas trees going up basically all year long.
Yeah, that would be.
It would need to be like once a day for every county.
Yeah,
just one rocket.
And also, you know what I'd also do?
Hey,
I think
SpaceX.
I'm assuming it would create a higher education standard for working in trash.
True.
Like if you're working at a space station that's shooting up rockets with trash, I think it's a little different than just, you know.
Well, the rockets would need to be reusable.
Being a trash man. Yeah.
They'd need to be reusable.
Yeah.
So, good luck. Good luck burning enough fuel to propel yourself into space. Not only that, come back, land it, and then get ready for tomorrow to propel the same amount of trash. Yeah, right.
Like we have a new kind of astronaut. We have trash astronauts. You know, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Armageddon, the movie, the Michael Bay movie, where there's like the meteor coming for Earth that's going to destroy Earth, and they're like,
what do they do?
You're gonna love this. Have you never heard of Armageddon?
No.
Oh, it's okay. It's like, oh my god, guys, there's a meteor coming towards the Earth.
Yeah.
We have to fly up there and blow it up. Who do we hire? Who do you hire? Do you hire astronauts to do that?
Do they hire trash men?
They hire drillers.
Interesting.
Like dudes who know how to like break down rocks and shit.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. But this is kind of like what we did. Like if they're like, okay, guys, we're sending our trash to space.
Yeah.
All right. So what astronaut's flying the rocket? Oh no, we're getting trash dudes to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've already got them.
We've already started training them.
Yeah.
You're wasting time training. Okay. That's like what Armageddon is. But it's probably one of like the biggest plot holes of the movie. It's like, why wouldn't you get fucking NASA people to do this?
Right. Like or people that know about nuclear bombs.
We're
going
to waste time training Ben Affleck to fly a rocket right now. Speaking about Ben Affleck, he's back with Jennifer Lopez.
He is, dude. He is.
Now, I got to say, if you can be a man who gets captured by paparazzi ripping heaters, and for those who don't know, smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a cigarette guy, and for those who don't know, actors like cigarettes. And I learned this, going to school for cinema. The artsy people like to smoke cigarettes, and I think it's because of the whole idea of, okay, so I'm going into the arts. This is going to be either brutal or fucking awesome. So might as well kill myself a little bit quicker.
What's crazy is people who smoke cigarettes age a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah.
And Ben Affleck looks really good for his age.
And it's like this guy's ripping cigs, and he's dating probably the hottest
50-year-old
there is on the planet, and he's just got, I don't know, Ben Affleck has always had that bad boy vibe. He does. And that's, God, when you can be an actor,
he's kind of like the guy that you can hate on.
Yeah.
Like if I'm hating on Ben Affleck to like a group of like 5 people, the 4 of them are like, why? Like he doesn't care, like you sound like an idiot right now.
He's like, I love when an actor can become extremely successful and it never feels like they're into acting. And
that's a good point.
Coming from a person who's trying to be an actor and who loves to act, you might think, wow, that doesn't really make sense, Frank. They're kind of shitting on your craft. But no, it's not, because it's like that's the thing about acting.
A lot of people do that though. Get into careers and they don't like it.
Yeah, that's true. They get into it for the money.
Money, or they're just stuck.
Right. But that's the thing about acting. It's not. You're either hot,
or you're not.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you're hot, acting is way easier. And if you're not, you have to be a good actor. It's just sort of the way it is.
Yeah.
Because really, acting is just it's easy when you really think about it. It's just playing pretend. Like, how many times did you play freaking Nerf gun wars with your friends as a kid?
Dude.
How many times did you feel like you were a Navy SEAL, like busting through a door? Or when you were playing with action figures, you felt like, oh my God, I'm fucking Superman flying through the air right now. Like, you have that feeling of like playing pretend, like really being lost in the world.
More times than I can count.
Exactly. So it's just like, wow, people get paid millions of dollars to do that? Holy fuck. That's pretty cool. And when you can do it the way Ben Affleck does, kind of doing the same, kind of exuding the same energy as a character on every single movie you're in, and you're as successful as him. I mean, it's just like The Rock. Like, The Rock plays himself in every movie. But it works because it's the fucking Rock.
He's also one of the most followed people on Instagram. I learned that today.
Dude, he's
like top 10 or something like that.
He's massive, man. The Rock is massive.
He's huge.
I follow him.
Physically and
I follow him on Instagram. I assume you follow him on Instagram.
I don't think I follow him.
Oh, okay. I follow him. I follow him. I mean, I've kind of grown out of Instagram a little bit, but I do follow some of the top accounts just because, fuck it.
I learned that Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh.
It's
cost
either
Coca-Cola $4 billion.
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is ridiculous.
And when I read that headline,
what idiot? What idiot? Let me just say this.
What
idiot sells their Coca-Cola stock because Cristiano Ronaldo puts it out of frame? Like, who does that?
But what person? Yes, that too. But think of, like, bringing it down to a smaller level. Think about all the Cristiano Ronaldo fans.
Okay.
Or all the Coca-Cola fans.
Yeah.
Who have only done it because they saw him doing it in the press conference, or they saw that like the Coca-Cola bottle in front of him when he was talking into the mic.
Oh yeah, that's even more stupid.
Think about like that's what's crazy to me, because to lose something like $4 billion off of him not promoting a soda goes to show you that, like you said, there's people like, oh, Ronaldo's not about it, I'm not about it, sell stock. But there's also people who are like, yeah, I'll just get a Sprite because fucking Ronaldo didn't have it on the table today.
You saw the
what?
The Russian coach. He starts drinking the Coke mid press conference, and his players trying to tell him like what's happening, and he starts laughing about it in Russian. I don't know what he was saying, but it was kind of funny. It's ridiculous. I would like to know how stocks are like priced, because I really don't know. Like, is there some algorithm that does it? Is it like a committee? I mean, there's no way it's a committee. They update every second, but it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how does it predict?
There's got to be a.
How does that happen?
There's got to be a formula.
But how does the formula know that Cristiano Ronaldo moved the Cokes out of frame?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe.
There's some things that
insane.
It's just like this goes back to how do we feed all these people?
Yeah.
When you are thinking individual thoughts, and you start thinking big thoughts, good luck answering them. Because I don't know what to tell you. Because I was playing Call of Duty Warzone a few days ago, and Sam comes in and he's like, "Oh my God, video games have become fucking insane." Like Sam's like, from a person who hasn't played video games, seriously for over 10 years, Sam's like, I don't think I could step in to this and like feel like I'm not a complete like totally lost.
To be fair though, the only video game that Sam played was Minecraft.
That is, I was about to say that Sam's video game experience is very not there. I mean, this kid didn't have TV growing up, so like,
right.
That's kind of, but I think I still understood what he was saying in that. Like,
they are insane though.
Like, this is so fucking detailed.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
well, like zombies now. It's way. It just. Yeah. I don't even enjoy zombies anymore. It's too much. Like there's
they took it far. I mean, I still enjoy it because I'm a fucking nerd.
There's too many different types. There's too many different level up whatever. Yeah. I don't know, Coca-Cola machine things.
That's the way I see it now.
It's insane.
With my mom being like, I know my mom probably still thinks like, oh, like, when is Frank gonna, grow out of video games?
Yeah.
You either grow out or you don't, and well, no, really, this is the way I see it. Because like, I'm living with Sam and Scott, okay, and they don't play any video games.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And I know for a fact, at least, Sam with his Minecraft, but I know Scott used to do zombies back in the day in middle school.
Scott was never a big gamer.
He was never a big gamer, but this is what I'm saying is you're either a gamer when you're a kid, no matter what, because you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know. And you either lose it or you don't, because you were either
you're always a gamer though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because Scott was never a gamer, Sam was never a gamer.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not playing Warzone right now.
Right.
I was always a gamer.
Me too.
And that's why I'm still playing Warzone.
Yeah.
And I think I hate to put this burden on you, Ryan, but I know you've always been a gamer. I know that.
I've always been a gamer.
But you got hit. You're not hit, but you're living a different situation than I am right now.
For sure.
You have
it's a little different.
A whole lot different. Basically the complete opposite. And this is going to keep you from playing video games at leisure times when you feel like, you know what, I could have played a match right now.
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
What? Frank's probably playing a match.
Yeah.
And I'm driving my dog to the vet. Like, it's just like this is So you either stick with it because you're a gamer, or you just fall out of it because you're not a gamer, or life happens.
Yeah, I mean, life happens, but also, like, I mean, I don't have the most updated console, which is the thing for me.
And that's another point.
And
I don't either, but I'm still and that's
you are still cruising, which
that's
is
what's
crazy.
Funny, because the PS5, people who have bought the PS5 have not gotten to take full advantage of it yet, because they are working with a console that is just, it's miles ahead of the PS4, but the games, the actual games
that's
being
what everyone's
played
saying.
Aren't
They're
miles
not
ahead.
Next gen yet because they have to
figure
work
it out
on the PS4.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, listen.
I don't.
I
think that's what it is?
I was watching the Rad Brad shout out, the
man.
king of playthroughs.
Yeah, shout out
and
to
he
Rad
was
Brad.
saying, like, we haven't experienced a actual next gen game yet because it's not solely next gen. Like, they're still work on the PS4, which I don't know the logistics of it, but I'm assuming that you have to sort of downgrade here and there, or maybe there's two different versions, or I don't know. Yeah. But you can't put your entire manpower into the updated console, right? Like, so.
And there's not enough units to fill the demand of, hey, I want to be next gen, but every time I go on Target, they're fucking sold out, and I'm not going to be the guy who's
and the resale value is like 600, 800.
Because the people
like over $1,000 when it was first reselling. It's crazy.
And the friends I have who have gotten the system PS5, they have had to camp out on it in a digital sense, to where they're constantly refreshing the stocking page of Best Buy and Target. Trying to quickly enter their credit card information to get it before it immediately sells out. So it's like you're still at a point right now where it's a fucking pain and an arm and a leg to get a next gen console, and you have these video game people sitting here like, is it easier to just continue to make the games for the last gen, or do we fucking hit the grindstone and just bust out a bunch of brand new consoles so everyone can have them?
Might be another 2 years, I think.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
It might be another 2 years.
And this makes me think, I saw a PlayStation.
And this is the first time, I think, that
they haven't had the immediate jump.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Because I remember when
price points,
when the Xbox One and PS4 came out.
Yeah.
It came out, both dropped November of 2013.
I think there was only a year.
Exactly.
I remember both the hybrid model of
Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 was a 2012 November release, and it was the last Call of Duty to be released only on the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
And then 2013 November comes, they got the 1 and the PS4 dropping, and then they got Call of Duty Ghosts. And I specifically remember Call of Duty Ghosts was on both 360, PS3, and PS4 and Xbox One. And I'm pretty sure that was the only year. Like, that really... Maybe they had one more year with Advanced Warfare in 2014. I'm not. Might have been 1 or 2, maybe 1.5. But it was. I know it's gonna be like, when we're comparing the jumps between consoles, the jump that happened in 2013 is gonna be way more significant in its quickness of turnaround of this is now the new console,
right?
Compared to 2020 now, and it speaks to just today. I see a PlayStation commercial advertising all of their new games.
Yeah.
And the commercial ends by showing both PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles right next to each other, buy the one you want.
Right.
You choose. We're selling them both. They both work on these games. And so it's just
maybe it's an maybe it's an attestment to modern technology.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the PS4 holds up still, which is kind of crazy. It's not even modern. That was like 8 freaking 8 years ago or something?
Ago, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's in testament to that. Yeah. I don't know, or maybe it's shortage of processors. I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of crazy, I mean, you'd think that Sony would be pumping these out like no tomorrow, right?
Because I think the pandemic hit it too.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that was the factor that'll probably make the turnaround slower.
Well, they both postponed their release date, didn't they? Multiple times.
Mm-hmm. And they and they immediately sold out.
Oh my God.
Of the product they had.
There was no way you were getting it.
Yeah.
I remember that first Black Friday, and I think I was telling you, I was like, I'm going to try and get one. And I was like, I'm never getting one. It was just like, I'm not even going to try for years.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, don't want to spend $600 and then have to buy the online, buy games on top of that. It's like, geez, man. I'm probably not going to buy it until the next Elder Scrolls comes out.
I get that.
Did you ever play Skyrim? Or
I did.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Incredible.
My favorite game ever.
You want to talk about just
I would replay the whole entire thing right now, but I know that I shouldn't.
Yeah, like
that's my thing.
I am the kind of gamer that gets absolutely overwhelmed by games like Skyrim. Because when I say I've played Skyrim, I'm like half lying because I never beat it. Because it's just one of some games for me. When I start them, I'm like, oh my God, this is like a fucking an encyclopedia of things to do.
It's like its own world.
It is.
You could literally
do so many.
I
could do so many things.
Yeah,
like
it's too much. It's too much.
And that's my kind of
theoretically
my least favorite sort of game. I don't even want to call it least favorite, but it's the kind of game that I wish I could get into.
Yeah,
and it's the kind of game where there's just unlimited when you want to talk an open world game, you're talking Skyrim.
Dude, I mean,
because Skyrim's is as open world as you can get. Yeah. Because to me, it doesn't really feel like there's a main story.
There is a main story,
but it doesn't feel like it's spoon fed to you. Because with a game like
with
a game like Batman Arkham City, which fun fact, the only reason why it didn't win a Game of the Year and wasn't considered the greatest game of 2011 is because Skyrim came out the same month it did. Because I chose to get Batman, of course, over Skyrim. Don't regret it. Fun fact, it's my favorite game of all time.
Hey, there you go.
And it kind of has that same vibe of Skyrim.
It is open world too.
It's open world, except it's the kind of open world that I like, where the whole time there is a fat green line
definitive.
This is the main story.
You could theoretically in Skyrim level up to the highest level right when you get full control. Like right when that opening credit scene ends.
Right after the dragon flies over.
The dragon flies over. You escape that little town.
Yeah, you're about to get killed. Yeah.
You could theoretically level your character up to the highest level. And the thing about Skyrim, which is I think that different than Batman Arkham City where you have that definitive line. There are, side quests, you could call them. I don't know what they were called in the game, but that were really thought out. I mean, they were deep, and there was multiple choices, and there was, gotta say, maybe 15 to 20 throughout the entire game that you could spend 10 hours on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And it's another game where
phenomenal.
It felt like every time you made another choice, a whole 3 new options came up.
Yeah.
Like you got 6 outcomes at the end, but you made a choice here in the middle that eliminated half those outcomes. That's just the kind of so much work into that game. And,
so much.
And this goes back to why I brought up video games in the first place and Sam saying, oh my God, this is how amazing video games have gotten.
Yeah.
It's because I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And then I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, someone coded this.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's like, God,
gaming programming is it's ridiculous.
I mean, isn't it all? It's all ones and zeros.
Well, I mean,
it can't be all ones because that's
translates down to ones.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the sound of us running out of storage on our computer because we don't stop talking. So thank you all for listening this week. We're gonna call it here. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but we'll catch you all next week. Please comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We love you. Cheers. Peace out.